Fun. Take it away, Dustin.
Welcome back to my big fat Greek D&D campaign. Last up, our party. Uh, I'm looking at your notes. Basically, after defeating Medusa, the party's like, you know what? We're gonna ransack this city, even though everyone's dead. We're sad that they're dead, but hey, free shit. So they start going around collecting and stealing and thrifting items. Uh, Slade found some interesting things from about their backstory and the people that were infiltrating the city. You found some really cool items, such as like goggles of night, a bottomless bag, wand of secrets, and a bunch of other stuff. And on your way to Snowmelt, which you had to stop at Hermes' place, Helmfirth, and then you're going to stop at Farnmoss, which is where Throna is from. You travel and you encounter these weird standing stones, which Slade, who knows what they do, but Slade didn't interact with them, so nothing seemed to happen. You found some druids just throughout right at the edge of the forest, kind of doing some druidic shit. And then, when you were one day's travel into the forest to head to Farnmoss, Throna had a dream of like she's back in her city. There she sees the tree that's like sacred, that's in the center and it's huge, and she just sees like one leaf fall, then another, and then another, and you kind of start seeing it rapidly decay and corrode in front of her eyes before waking up and noticing that the poison mark she got from Athens from fighting Medusa and her snakes, the poison mark on her ankle started to grow, like the poison started to spread a little bit. And that's where we left off.
Uh,
How pleasant.
Woo!
well,
We're doing great.
So we start off with Throna just shooting up from her nightmare, just breathing heavily, and whoever wants to be awake or whatnot can be, but that's where we just hear Throna go from her sleep. RP, go.
I know.
Is it still nighttime or is it?
I will say it's like dawn, basically, like where you all get a full night's rest, but just like kind of like right when the sun's peeking up. So if your character's an early riser, they can be awake and all that stuff as well, or still snoozing.
Slade will be awake.
Okay. So, as
Oh, sorry.
nope, you're good.
I was gonna say, as Slade, I'd like to ask Therona, is everything okay? You kind of started there.
Therona seems a bit.
Use
Perturbed.
I. You are your characters. You don't have to be third person. Embody your character.
I was just trying to. Yes, it's fine. Continue.
B1.
Peter.
Yes.
Not you. Other Peter.
Fine.
I'm fine. Just
What did you dream about?
um things. Hard to explain.
Bad things, I'm assuming.
Not the most fun things, but yeah.
Is anybody else awake?
Connor's
Does it-
awake, but not like you don't know he's awake. He's just like turned over with his eyes open still, like listening in.
What a creep.
Warren's.
Well, like if people are talking
Drop
around
it.
him, he's not just gonna like interrupt the conversation. He's not that rude. He has some morals.
What is Warren doing?
Warren is like sitting with his back against a tree, just kind of like knees to his chest with his arms kind of crossed over it, just kind of like staring off into space.
did Warren also have a bad dream? Or did you also have a bad dream?
Wait.
I did not sleep.
Oh, I was gonna say he doesn't have to sleep.
He don't.
He doesn't have to sleep.
Nope.
You guys,
Dude,
I don't think
was
you guys know that yet.
involved in this conversation,
I know, but
I'm
I'm more so just letting Tisha know that that's a thing now, apparently.
Yeah.
Woo.
Technically, I wouldn't have had to sleep from the beginning, but we kind of forgot about that, and so now it kicks in. Yeah.
Don't worry. There's still gonna be dream sequences.
Oh yeah,
but like just not
hallucinations
like
and
you're
shit.
gonna be. Yeah, exactly. But
Just be like something flutter across, and you focus on it, and
a
suddenly,
secret tool used for later.
pretty much.
Um. But does anybody else want to say anything else before you kick off for the day and keep traveling? No? Okay. So as the sun rises and the party starts to wake up and stir, you start trekking further and further into the forest. And with every 10, 15 minutes, you kind of start noticing like the canopy starts getting more and more like dense up top. So it's starting to get like a little bit darker and darker as you're traversing through the forest. Chad, did you want to say something?
No.
Okay, I thought some of you no,
Oh,
no,
no.
anyway.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I will
Same
have,
energy as Billy. Do you have something to say?
I will have Egan go and do kind of like scouting ahead and some loops around and just kind of keeping an eye out.
Yeah, just give me a general perception check.
Ah, shit! I gotta pull up in the pseudo dragon. Pseudo dragon 5e D&D Beyond.
D&D.
Actually, I believe I can add this to a character sheet. I think
Probably.
there was a way.
I think in your notes or extras.
And does a pseudo dragon have dark vision?
10 feet of blind sight, 60 foot of dark vision.
Okay, then you
passive
don't need to.
perception of 13.
Yeah, then you don't need to roll at a disadvantage because I just want to make sure they don't have if they do or not. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What's the perception?
It is a. Oh, that's a 17. Okay. 17 plus 3, 30, 20.
Or 20.
Cool.
So as he's flying around, you kind of see like a occasional insect bug here, small animal there. But for the most part, it seems safe. Like, doesn't seem like there's any hostile people flying around, or not flying around, or around as Egan kind of does a perimeter. And as you're progressing further and further into the darkness, Therona, when you were younger, you used to be kind of scared of this when you were young, but like as an adult and being so familiarized with this forest, it's kind of more comforting than anything as you're slowly getting closer and closer to home.
Yep.
Connor, just with your normal, just always looking over your shoulder personality, and kind of you're always on edge no matter where you are, who you're with. But in the distance, you can just kind of like hear a faint like twig snap, and then you hear as like an arrow flies, it just nearly like misses your head and hits the tree right next to you, and it just and a note is hanging on it. And then instantly when you look over where it happened, you can't hear, smell, sense anybody over in that direction, as if they're not here to attack, but they're here to leave a message, as you see.
Can I like subtly sniff the note? See
You
if I
can sniff
recognize
the note.
the scent any at all.
Sure. You don't need to roll for it. You don't recognize the scent, but actually roll a perception with smell at advantage.
Yay! I'm just gonna roll 2d.
Got a good sniffer.
Well, that one's a 1 and that one's a 12. So, what's my perception? 17 total.
17. Okay. So
I rolled like shit. It's
as
okay.
you're like kind of sniffing this, you get not one, not two, but like a bunch of different scents. Like one is kind of like perfume, one is more musty, another one smells like blood. It's there's a lot going on with the profile of this note, but you don't recognize it anywhere. I don't know why my nose is like clogged. Sorry, but you don't recognize any of this sense. But it is very pungent with how much different smells there are, where you actually have to like take a step back from it. Like you wince. It's like this is a lot. This is extra.
Okay. I'm gonna grab the note.
Okay.
And
So
read
as you
it.
grab the note and I'm guessing you read it.
Yeah.
You die. No, I'm kidding.
That-
Um,
Well,
Oh my god.
The note just
you
decapitates me, it's
you
fine.
read
Roll
the
for
note.
initiative.
I phased
And
out
it,
for 2 seconds.
you open
and then
up and
suddenly
it
heard you
reads,
die.
"If you know what's good for you, then you better back off and leave him alone, or else." And marked, you see, 7 X's, but like all in different handwriting or fonts.
Is it like the amount of cents on the thing is 7?
For the most part, yes.
Okay.
interesting.
If you know what's good for you,
If you know what's good for you, then you better back off and leave him alone, or else.
Wait.
leave who alone.
I'm confused.
Wait.
I'm confused.
Who was it addressed to?
Worried.
It was
and-
it was like passed right in front of Connor's head.
So
And it seems like it was directed towards Connor.
Oh, great. So it's probably something with.
How do you automatically assume me?
I mean.
Oh god, the bandits. They've returned.
oh no.
Yeah.
I do still have their clothes.
Bruh.
Oh, goodness.
They're very sensitive about
Yeah,
their
for revenge.
styles.
And there's like no trace of the person at all. Like nothing.
Nope. Or whoever shot it or whatnot, there's no trace of them at all.
So it's either Warren or Chad. Great.
Wow. Don't drag me into the shit.
It's one of you. I guess it could be Slade too, but I also just met Slade.
Who knows?
Or it's someone
Only
else
you.
entirely different.
Oh gracious god.
God, don't
knows?
kill me, please.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyways,
Connor's just gonna like. Did everyone
Not
see?
sipping the taco.
yeah,
Bell.
everyone's-
everybody saw
okay.
this. It like it literally like you have like your emo bangs. It kind of like chipped them off and cut it up an inch a little bit, so your bangs go up a little bit more.
And then it grows back.
Yeah, and just
Okay.
I can hear it and I hate it.
Don't question it. Don't question why it grows back. It just grows back.
but
Just-
yeah.
Okay.
Or actually, no. The white tips just grow back, and that's it.
Yeah, they
Oops. Someone's gonna get you groomed.
Excuse me.
Oh,
Oh
boy.
God.
okay.
Time to get Connor a haircut.
We already had a haircut session.
Don't like what that implies.
Part 2.
Electric
Oh
Boogaloo.
God.
Exactly.
Okay.
Connor.
So continuing on. So after that, you're kind of a little bit more on edge, and Egan / Warren, you're kind of like, you're pretty sure Egan was very thorough with his investigation. So you're kind of a little
Interesting.
nerved by it. Just like not sure. Maybe there's might have been magical means as to why you couldn't have seen him, but you're just still like, Egan's pretty sharp. But like, if somebody was able to at least get past that, especially with how thorough Egan was, you're kind of just, you know that they're not just like your average folk or average person. So you continue on. The canopy getting basically eventually where it's like dark enough where you would need maybe like a torch or something because it's dark. Like the canopy is so thick that there's no sunlight coming through at all. But I'm pretty sure all of y'all have dark vision.
I think so.
For the most part.
So, but
Yep.
My
Yeah.
card
I think
just
all of us
flickered.
do.
if we lose Warren, he'll just get the snap bracelet and go into the bubble.
Out
Um,
of curiosity,
that you have dark vision?
Because I'm able to see through my familiar, would that use my dark vision or his dark vision?
I would say Egan's dark vision, you see through his eyes. They're not your eyes
Okay.
specifically. But also
Fair
when you look through your familiar's eyes, you can't see with your normal person, so you have to like place your arm on someone's shoulder to guide you. But yeah. Cool. And as you keep going further and further, you're probably about like it's been a few hours here and there. Nothing seems to happen, but you're probably about maybe a half a day's journey when it starts to get what you seem to be like the sun's starting to go down, / you assume it's like mid-afternoon to late afternoon, and you hear another rustling in the bushes about 20 feet away. But it doesn't seem like you're not quite sure, but you hear rustling in the bushes about 20 feet away off in a direction.
Connor's immediately on edge. Immediately. Just like,
I was gonna say, Therona.
like daggers out,
Therona
like,
looks.
okay, what now?
Check that shit out.
Going to stealth and then just kind of do like a pounce towards it to see what it
Okay.
does.
Okay. And as you do that, you just see like an elk just kind of grazing and just eating, and you kind of spook it and like backs up and like takes off a little bit. And then as you look, you see 1, 2, 3, about 13 elk just grazing and eating around, and they're all kind of like noticed that there's like a little lizard thing, and they're like staring at Egan, but they're not why did you get so dark, Jason?
I think his power went out.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh.
The bubble to go.
All
As soon as
around
it went dark, it's frozen.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. And then Warren's
It's
like,
all
I feel
recording."
nauseous. I'm gonna go into the bubble. But he
just
relays
knows
a
about
message that
this
he
too.
sees a bunch of elk, but he also says that he seems to notice that one elk is like a different color from the rest.
It's a
That
shiny
one-
elk. We gotta
one
catch
is-
it.
one is slate, about like a slate gray color elk, but that's
Do
and
I
then Warren's like,
recognize it?
you're not there. You see Warren sees this through Egan's eyes.
But if he says
Like he
it aloud.
he relays it to the party and then goes into the bubble.
Okay, so when he relays it, can I carefully walk over and try to look for it?
Mm-hmm. And as you walk closer and do that, you do see like the 13 elk, but then you do see the one elk that seems to be like a little bit bigger and a different color grazing, and he kind of stares at you, and it starts running and like galloping towards you. And you, Therona, even though you haven't seen this person in a while and you haven't seen them wild shape or anything like that, but you could recognize this person. Oh, bye, Jason.
There we go.
Alright.
Recognize this person whether in animal form or in person form, no matter where they are. And as the elk gets right up to you, you just see a giant furbolg. The elk turn into a giant furbolg and basically just like tackle you to the ground. And you see
Yay!
Karo.
I was just about to ask if I could like keep an eye out for him too.
And then the party just sees like Therona being tackled by a giant like furbolg through the bushes, and like they fall
Which is
backwards.
ginormously taller than her.
Connor's gonna run over and immediately try to figure out
Keep
what
in
just
mind-
happened.
When I recognize the elk and it starts to tackle me, I am laughing.
And you just hear like, Therona, it's been so long.
Daggers are put away. Well, one.
One step away. Just
The Furbolg has a lovely accent.
don't worry, I'm not gonna keep it. I'm horrible at keeping things
Aw.
consistent, but I will try.
Hey,
Tomorrow's
dude,
like prepared to pull out her axe just in case, but then just like pulls it back when she realizes they're happy, which is like okay.
Now Connor throws his dagger out.
And then
Are
you
we
see a dagger in Therona's chest.
Oh god, no.
Dagger Throna. Oops, sorry,
Um,
Throna.
Oh my god, I had just taken a sip of my water.
Plot twist. Oh, welcome back.
Jason's back.
Um,
Currently on
Okay.
I'm trying to get my laptop connected.
Is your power back?
It's literally just briefly flickering, but it killed the entire router, so now I have to wait for it to figure itself
Oof.
out.
Yay.
damn.
okay.
That's a time.
So, and as like the embrace finally, like Karo finally gets up and just like, Therona, how's it been? I've missed you. It's been so long.
It's been good. How are things here? Is everything okay?
And just as soon like that you see that bright big smile of his, it just kind of goes a little somber. It's like, it's not been very good.
He's alive!
He's back. Um,
So wait, there's a guy now? What the fuck?
yes,
It's
yes.
one of my friends!
It's one of the basically you saw the 13 elk, but one was a slate gray color and a little bit bigger than the rest. And you told that to Throna before hopping in the bubble to go throw up or something. Just story narrative wise. And so then you tell her that and she goes into to where Egan was and you see a giant elk, not a giant elk, but a gray elk go to Throna and you see a giant furbolg, like the elk turn to a giant furbolg and tackle her into like an
Nice.
embrace, and then that's basically where you left off. But it's back to the story, but Throne, it's not been good. I'm pretty sure you could have sensed it, but somebody tried attacking us and they poisoned the tree of life in our city. And we're all fine. It's recent, but there's nothing we're doing can fix it. And Demeter is currently she's getting weakened by the day, even the hour, just with this. So we're having her protected right now. She's under strict surveillance just to make sure she's safe. Because Hermes came by and told us everything that's been going on, and that this is a very serious issue and we need to make sure everything is safe. Everyone is safe.
Did Hermes say anything else about anything?
Like, what are you implying? Just for DM's
Like,
sake.
that he's, like, that we're the group that's been going around to everywhere?
Yes, like he told us that, like a group of people. He didn't really mention names because he's in and out as quick as possible, relaying messages. But he said there was a group of people trying to stop this, and with Athens, you defeated this horrible monster, but it seemed like it was a trap set up by these horrible people that are just murdering our gods and goddesses.
Don't worry, we'll murder them ourselves.
I sure hope you do, because
Lovely.
Please, did you say that as...
Yes,
as
Mara said that. That is a sentence Mara said out loud.
I kind of just chuckle and let my head just fall like, oh god.
But-
While she's still healing?
but yeah, there's all the nature spells, all our healing spells and cleansing of poison spells that we have doesn't seem to be working. But we do have like at least a trail we can follow, but we're all too scared to leave because we don't want to leave the city unprotected because we need as many people to protect as possible. But
That's
here,
fair.
come. You have to come home. Everyone's dying to see you, Therone. We all missed you so much.
I
They're
missed
dying?
you too. They're
They're
dying?
dying. Everyone's poisoned now.
Verona, in the back of her mind, is going to keep a note for herself that she's going to have to talk to Caro about something specific.
Okay.
Later.
So
Amongst their walking, Mara will say, "Hello, I'm Mara."
Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Caro. I am Therona's mentor. I actually taught her everything she knows about druidic magic and everything. Well, at least the beginner parts. She seemed to pick up on things herself, and she might one day surpass me. Who knows?
Oh, shush.
And there she is again, being humble like always.
I kind of just give him a deadpan look.
Is that how you treat your old mentor? Giving them the cold shoulder.
No.
But I am Caro, and it's nice to meet you all.
You seem nice.
Yeah.
Connor just gives him one of those. That's it.
Little mock salutes.
Like the little, yeah, hi.
And he does that, but he does it too. Just a little. He's just like, okay, like to you too, sir. Therona, you got a really interesting friend group here. Not the...
Yeah, we all kind of just appeared in Hermes City the one day, and yeah.
Well,
Connor,
sometimes you find the
Chad
friends you
almost
weren't
died.
looking for.
Chad almost died on the first day to a barkeep.
Well,
Forgot about that.
That was just Peter saying that. That was not Connor saying that.
And a dinosaur.
And I'm
Oh God.
You know, I'm realizing that a lot of our near-death experiences are just because of Chad.
Really? Okay,
Don't
sure.
forget about Warren. Or rather,
What do you mean?
You're
near
in
death?
that situation because of
I
Chad.
is dead. He was dead.
Okay, but we didn't die, so calm down. We're fine.
Well,
You survived.
Like, one of them was Therona.
two of your party
What?
members did die though.
Two.
Well, yeah, but I wasn't one of them.
Listen,
That was not
that
there
could
for
also
one.
just be player the player.
I was at a bar, chilling, doing
what is this
thing.
player you speak of?
It's Jason.
Y'all are self killed. I'm trying to have a good time, get a good drink.
Anyways,
Warren
back
has lasted
back.
more-
We're
longer
reeling
than
it back
others.
in. We're gonna reel it back in real quick.
We're bad at this.
But as you kind of start traveling, you see Caro kind of like twirl his wrist and like do a little wave, and you see like little flowers bloom and they start glowing, kind of like lighting your path a little bit more with like luminescent plants and stuff here and there, and it just makes the jungle feel more welcoming and less terrifying. And it kind of seems like even with like when he does one, it kind of starts spreading. And it seems like the canopy above starts to have like little blooms here, and it kind of looks like a night sky, but like instead of just like the normal stars, it's like rainbows of colors and stuff, lighting your path back to Fern Moss.
I have a question.
Cute.
Yes, Connor.
Can I subtly get a scent off this man?
Go ahead. Roll a sniff check.
Sniff
Roll
check.
for a good
Head
sniff
check.
Oh,
at
God.
advantage,
At advantage.
because he has a good sniffer.
I have a good sniffer. I sniff.
I really
Yes,
would
Steve.
just use you sniffing his ass or something.
I'm not sniffing.
He goes up to his butt, just like.
Okay, I may be a type of dog, but God, I have manners. At least
Mm.
human ones. 21,
always-
Dustin.
21. So you give him a good sniff, and he doesn't match any of the scents from the notes or anything. He kind of gives off more of like a more herbal, floral smell, more of like kind of like a combination of like roses and lilacs. Kind of very pleasant, soft, flowery smell. Nothing from like the note or anything that you
Cool.
sniffed earlier.
They definitely made this note gross on purpose.
Did
But,
you read the other note?
Yes, he read the note. Wait, did you read it to everyone, or did you keep that to yourself, Connor? Yes, just keep
Oh,
it.
do we not know?
secret.
would he
You saw the note, but you don't know what it says unless Connor shares it.
Okay.
Do I want to share is the better question.
But at the same time, you might want to have to share it to us because we don't know who it's about.
But also,
Yeah.
not my note, not my problem.
I think Connor
Like,
would
if someone,
share
like,
it.
comes up to him in the future
Yeah,
and,
no,
like,
what?
hey,
I would think Connor would be like, this might be a problem, so I'm at least letting you know. About X, Y, and Z, you know? So I guess he would read it out loud, or just hand a note to someone, like to everyone, then take it back. And just pocket it for
Wonderful.
now.
I was gonna be slightly concerned if we didn't. It's just someone's gonna come up to and just start trying to attack, like, some party member or Connor, and we'll just have no fucking clue.
As we're walking, I'm gonna ask Caro if not if what the people were wearing and stuff. If you could see what people were wearing when they attacked.
He could not see them. He could only give you smells of at least the people that touched the note. He couldn't see anything.
Smells?
Seems like there was a magical means to concealing where they were.
Mm.
Smells?
Yeah, remember from the note.
Oh,
You only got
me.
the smells from the note, not
I
from
thought
you
you
couldn't
meant-
see anybody.
I thought you meant from. I thought Morgan was asking from.
From what they attack, not the people who sent the note. From
Oh,
the
yeah.
attack on the town.
No, that those smells or scents, even though you couldn't really get them, but no, they did not. They're not anything similar to what's on the note. Plus, you weren't that close enough to get a good sniff of the people in robes, but no, you're not quite sure. But anyways, as you continue on, you start to get to the edge of the city. You kind of see like the canopy / like the path through starts to open up, and you just see a bunch of like singular tall trees where you see ladder like rope bridges going from tree to tree. You see little like doors inside the tree, and basically a whole epicenter of like a giant forest civilization up in the air. So everybody's up in the canopies and all that stuff, and you see in the center of the city the largest tree you've ever seen. Like, it's about maybe like 50 feet from one end to the other. Like, it has a huge circumference, and it goes up like hundreds and hundreds of feet, and you just see like, what did you mouse, Connor?
Whitestone.
What?
You said big tree in the middle, and my brain went to Whitestone. It's fine.
It's not the sun tree. It's the tree of life. Get it right. And
It's
you
okay,
just see,
Peter. I thought the same thing too.
I'm glad I'm not alone.
and Therona, you instantly notice as you're
Edit this down. Continue.
And Therona, as you instantly notice as you're just looking and admiring and being back home, you do see like a growth or a war or like something about like maybe 5 feet wide that's like black and purplish, like protruding from the tree.
Interesting.
And it seemed like that's what seems to be poisoning. And you look over at Caro, and Caro's like, yeah, that thing appeared, and we're not quite sure how or why, but as you look and you kind of see like from that little boil, you see like a little patch of like black and purple like dead mark here, and it kind of seems to be like leading sort of like a trail every so often, like every maybe 5 feet, then like 20 feet, then like 4 feet. It just kind of seems like there seems to be like a trail leading in a direction, but it seems more concentrated here.
Interesting.
And Warren says, "Has you tried corn?" We try to, but anybody who gets near it like seems to go on like defense mode or something, attacks us or like shoots poison at us. And we tried casting magic, and nothing seems to heal the tree or get rid of it. It seems like there's a source somewhere that we have to kill or something, and this is just the byproduct of this source.
And no one knows what poisoned it.
We don't. We just know it's going off into, and it seems like the direction you kind of need to head to go to Snowmelt as well. So it's like kind of on the way, which is nice, which is neat.
Why wouldn't it be? Totally not suspicious.
Oh, there goes
But-
Jason
And
again.
Warren has to go throw up in the bubble again. He'll be back. But we
The
did
poison
try dispelling magic on it, but dispel magic didn't seem to work. It seems like our magic's not strong enough to dispel this. It seems like, again, this is the byproduct of it, so we would have to dispel the magic from the source of what's causing it. It might just like slow it down, the poisoning process a little bit, but it's not permanent. It won't get rid of it. So we've been doing that here and there to slow the decaying process it has on the tree, but we need to go fix this, but we don't want to leave because then if we even send like a couple of us, our city will be gravely weakened. Just because we don't know if someone's going to attack, what their numbers are. And Demeter's also slowly but surely not doing well either.
This is Morgan speaking.
Yes.
Because this is my home, I would know. Would I know like where it could be, where it started?
The poison, like where the thing is, no, you do not know necessarily where. There wasn't like, Throna, don't go over here. This is where the poison patch is. This is not a good place to be. Nothing like that. It seems like somebody came in and did some fuckery and has poisoned
Okay.
the tree.
Well, Verona then says that that we could take a look while the rest of you stay here.
Oh, thank you. Also, Throna, I know you're probably busy and you have other things to do, but like, can you at least come talk to Demeter with me? Because I know she's dying to see you too. You were one of her favorites. But so before you leave, where are you all heading? By the way, because I know there's only a few places. Snowmelt. Do you have all your clothes, warm clothes for the winter / the cold up there?
Yes.
Okay. Why are you heading there? Doesn't seem like your neck of the woods that you would normally go to, but
This is Morgan. Help! I forget.
Huh.
That thing.
I never actually read that book.
the other party members did. They
Okay.
So basically they saw that the book has Snowmelt circled and says this is where it is, and it seems like the people the Yakuza from the like small party that kind of branched off from Artemis but like are still under Artemis but like to kind of do their own shit are going around stealing artifacts, and they want to steal the artifact from Snowmelt. And they seem like this is where it is. This is kind of like a little bit more detailed of like, this is where it is. This is how you do it kind of thing. They at least know where it's located, and that's where they're heading next.
Verona tells him about what we found and why we're going to Snowmelt then.
Okay, that's okay. So yeah, Snowmelt's not really that big on protection. And if you're smart enough or dumb enough to go traversing through the cold, then you're like unprepared. Then go ahead. But so yeah, they definitely would need some extra help up there as well. But yeah, Throna, come. Demeter would love to see you before you head out, and also come spend the night. It's late.
Okay.
Okay.
Egan will land on her shoulder and kind of do the curl around the neck thing.
I give
And
him a little pet on his snout.
and Karo's just like, I'm sorry, it's just us. Your little friend here can't come. Just liabilities and such. I know you trust them, but we want to just keep it between family. No offense to all of y'all, but
Connor's just
I
gonna dip.
give Egan another little pet on the snout and then get him to fly back over to Warren.
He's going to take off and kind of do a loop. And as he kind of weaves either through a tree branch or just kind of breaking line of sight, I will use invisibility.
Ooh.
Okay.
And he will follow them invisibly.
Okay. So as they start walking, they kind of head to the center of the tree, and a little doorway opens, and then they walk in, and then as soon as they enter, it starts to close. I know you can find. Can you roll a dexterity check to see if you can slip through quick enough?
Dex check. He's
Well,
good at these.
and then also after that, make a stealth check as well.
All right. Dex check is a 15.
Okay.
Stealth check. Natural 19 plus 4.
Dang.
So as Egan starts
The
to
sneaky boy.
fly in, and he's like, he gets there, and he's almost about. It closes right before, and he quickly misses right as it closes.
So close.
Can he loop and try to find another way in?
You can try. Roll investigation for future stuff. And as this is happening, does anybody else want to do anything? Yes, Connor.
So Connor's just kind of like, as soon as he says like family only, Connor's gonna be like, yep, cool, and then just kind of dips and just kind of walking around town
Making his way downtown.
and just like
Well,
kind of like
best
keeping his eyes
places
out, maybe
at
like
home now.
pickpocketing like a gold or silver or something from someone, like a little bystander that's not
Do not steal
unsuspecting.
from my people.
Unsuspecting.
Roll a sleight of hand.
What am I gonna roll? Sure, we'll use
Asshole.
Nice.
You're such a rude person.
How dare from her
What
own
is my
people.
sleight of hand? Is a better question. Matt.
How
23.
23. So as you kind of
dare.
see like an
I rolled a
elderly
12.
woman,
You're in the tree. You don't know. You're in the tree. You don't know.
as you
From an
like
old lady.
walk by, you like there's an old woman, and you just see her, and you're just kind of like easy target. So then you kind of reach in, nobody knows, and you pull and grab it, and then you walk a couple steps away, and then you look in your hand, you just see a bunch of like acorns and trees, like and nuts. And then you
Acorn
kind
is
of
our currency.
you kind of think to yourself, maybe they don't really have like money here, or don't really deal with money. They seem to kind of fend for themselves and kind of work communally rather than like trying to be a business and make money. So you just kind of stole some women's nuts,
Can I like turn around to be like and acted like she dropped it on the floor?
Roll
Oh my God.
roll a deception check.
Oh, my deception's not as good. What is my deception? Where is my deception? Oh, that's lovely. That would be a 17.
This grandma, this old woman's like, you turn around and be like, oh miss, you dropped this, and she's like, the fuck I did, you little bitch, and just slaps you across the face and takes her acorns and walks away. Just
Did you roll that 20?
I rolled a nat 20.
And your face just made it look like. Connor's like, you know what? I
Dad
deserve
is just
that.
watching this happen and just dying on the ground.
I wish I would have seen her do that. Damn it.
Grandma will remember this.
If Chad's dying of laughter, Connor's gonna walk over, cast Featherfall on him, and just kind of push him over.
Wait,
Just
what?
so he just casually just falls down. I just
Oh yeah,
walked
because
him
you're
into
up
it.
on the things. Yeah, so it's just like so.
Oh.
So do you fight this, Chad, or do you just let it happen? Where you just start, at least just start like
You're
slowly-
slowly falling.
slowly falling to the ground after Connor gingerly pushes you off one of the rope bridges.
It's more like a pat on the head and then just like, bye. And just pushes him off as he just tilts off.
I'd grab him and take him with me.
Roll contesting athletics.
Oh, sweetie.
What is that, 20?
Always a D20, and then it's your strength, and if you're proficient, add your proficiency in athletic skill. You just look at your athletic.
This is beautiful.
What'd you get?
17.
18.
Wait, so Chad got 17. Connor, what did you get?
18.
Damn.
So as you like are like trying to grab it, and then you're just like your hands to kind of like touch a little bit, just like, and you see
Bye-bye,
that your rings
sweetheart.
glow for a second, and then you kind of just like fall.
As he falls, Connor should be like, "Bye-bye, sweetheart," and just let's go.
Does anybody else want to do anything while Connor steals some grandma's acorns?
Wait, I was gonna start. I'm free falling.
He's free.
He's free falling.
falling.
Now I'm gonna see if they have anyone around here that is versed in the arcane, specifically in identification of objects.
Well, also you did get a little eyeglass monocle of identify, so you have cast identify once a day
Who has that?
with you.
Who has that?
Someone does, because I remember that
Connor
specifically.
does, I think.
Do I?
I think
Did
you
I
do.
grab it? I don't remember.
Um,
Yes, I do. I do have it.
Yeah,
I
you got.
will search for Connor then.
Yeah, you kind of just look up and you just see like Chad slowly falling down, and Connor's just like, "Bye, sweetie," just like on another bridge and over to you. So you make your way over to Connor,
Is Chad
and
about
then
to
you,
fall in the water? Wait.
huh?
Is Chad about to fall in water, or is it just a bridge just over the town?
No, it like he fell off a bridge, so he's just going down to the ground. Basically, there's not really a water.
When he's like
pit
5
underneath.
feet above the ground, I'm just gonna stop the thing so he just falls on his butt.
You can do that?
Yes, I can just stop the concentration.
Yep.
Not enough to give him any fall damage, just enough to just be a pain in the butt. But bums.
Quite literally.
Good.
Okay, what am I casting identify now?
So, Connor, as you like are just like laughing at Chad just falling slowly down to the ground, Morton walks up to you and says,
You have that eyeglass piece, right?
Oh yeah, what's up?
He's gonna pull out the magical gold tooth that he has, and ask
that's
him
right.
to figure out what it is.
Connor will just take his out of his bag the eyeglass, just kind of like, what am I looking at? Just see the...
so it's a tooth of non-tooth decay. So basically, if you have it attuned and inside your mouth, your teeth don't decay or get cavities.
Interesting.
Constant
put that in
pearly
your mouth?
whites.
Yeah, constantly white.
Pearly white.
You take a tooth out and fit
Yeah,
it in.
like you have to like steal one of your other teeth and then replace it.
I'm tempted to use this, but I'll think on
It
it.
doesn't have a gold tooth though. Also, like it was in somebody else's mouth.
I've
one.
washed it.
That's never.
I mean, once you crawl out of a grave, you kind of stop being weirded out by things like that.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Also, as this is happening, you see Slade just kind of like, for some reason, Slade seems a little bit scared of heights, so he goes into the bubble for right now.
Oh.
Good one.
Yeah, just don't worry, we're good, but Slade's in the bubble, just so everyone knows.
Can I request
He
the
says too
other
much
slap bracelet?
People.
Do you need the? Do you want Slade to follow you around? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay. I think. Yeah, sure. You could have it. I don't know who has it right now, but right
It kinda
now,
just trades
canonly, Warren has it.
It lasts,
I'm
but, like,
going
I'll
to
have
go
give it.
find the highest viewpoint I can and just kind of wait up
Oh.
there and
Okay.
look out across the forest in the city, taking in the beautiful view.
Okay. So you make
That's
your
weird.
kind of make your way around, like walking from bridge to bridge to get up there, and then Mara, do you want to do anything else?
Not really. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. So Thorna, as you like go through the passageway that you know about, and also if you know the city inside and out, you start like descending the familiar stairs, and you kind of see a bunch of roots and stuff here and there, and you just kind of unconsciously start just like kind of like putting your hands on the roots and just following them down, just remembering all the fun memories and great times you had here. As you get deeper and deeper in, you just miss this place. And Karo says, so yeah, Demeter just always talks about you, and she wants to know how is the sickle she gave you, like the little sickle. Did you use it? Like how?
Uh, I think it's not my main weapon, but I have used it.
Yeah, because Demeter even mentioned like she felt like her power slash just her connection with nature expand a little bit here and there. Um, so yeah, like whatever you're doing, keep doing it. It seems to be making us grow and Demeter grow a little bit more powerful here and there. You seem to be just spreading her I don't know,
I'll
I
keep
guess
it
her
in mind.
strength or but yeah, so since now all your friends away, I just want to ask seriously, how are you doing? You seem like you have something on your mind.
Yeah. Um, I had a interesting dream last night, and after what you've told me, it's a weird coincidence.
Yeah, I actually had a weird dream last night too about was it something to do with the tree?
Yeah.
It's just I think it's all just because we're all so connected with it, with the tree of life that it's affecting all of us. Like and he kind of like pulls back like his thing and just shows like a little like blackened vein section like at the bottom of his neck like about here. Um yeah, it's kind of affecting all of us a little bit. But it's mostly Demeter the most though.
I I show him my poisoned ankle and say it grew after I had my after the dream.
Yeah, we need to get this fixed. But I trust you and your friends. I know you'll be able to do this. And don't worry, we'll make sure Demeter's safe. Nobody knows about this except for the people who live here and you and your friends.
Okay.
So, and as you're like traversing, you kind of see like there's a pathway going this way and that. Like it seems to be like more complex, but you and Karo know this like easily, so you know which ways to go to where Demeter usually rests and where her like sanctuary slash like special area is. And is there anything else you would like to talk about before um
Mm,
getting to Demeter?
no, it was just mainly the dream.
Okay. Let me scroll. Okay. So as you get to the room, you just kind of see where you're basically what seems like right underneath the tree, and you just see a bunch of roots and vines and just a natural nature paradise of just like all bunch of flowers and birds, insects, bugs, and everything you could possibly think of. Um, Areas just beautiful and breathtaking. It seems like have its own waterfall, and you kind of seem like a little rainbow hue in the distance. And it seems having it's like its own sunlight somehow in this room. And you just see this giant like rose just like twisted in the middle, and as you start walking in, it kind of starts to bloom or just open up, and you just see Demeter walk off the petals down to the ground right before you. Um, and you see like her beautiful braided green hair, her eyes that are almost just like as bright as the sun, just glowing. And
Gives me Breath of the Wild, Great Fairy vibes. Anyways,
yes,
continue.
I was also kind of thinking more of like kind of like Tefiti-esque from Moana.
Oh,
Ish.
yes.
Just like her armor's like flowers and vines and everything, and you see a sickle in like in a like a little weapon pouch, and then you also see like a cornucopia in her other hand. Um And she says, Therona. Oh, how I've missed you. And she just instinctually just kind of picks you up and just like hugs you. And just,
I hug her back.
little one, I've missed you so much. You've grown to be so strong. I just, how are you?
I'm okay. I've heard about you. I are you how are you feeling?
I've been better, but right now I'm fine. It's just as I think Kara already informed you of everything that's happening. So, but I'm nowhere near death's door. I can still fuck a bitch up in a fight if I need to. Don't worry. But but I'll be fine. But if we don't deal with this soon, then things could get worse.
Yeah.
And especially what happened to my sisters, Hera and Athena. I'm scared what happened. This attack probably is not accidental. I'm pretty sure it's still deliberate, and they're targeting us next because they got rid of the goddess of unity, basically uniting people together through love and compassion. Then you got Athena, goddess of war and wisdom, who's very smart and intellectual. And then, if they go after me, then basically agriculture, food, resources.
Yeah.
It's going to be harder to come by,
It's
especially with.
either it would be either here or Snowmelt. That'll be next, I believe.
Yeah, so I know Hermes is constantly bouncing back and forth. He checks in. He says he's in the city, messages me, so so he constantly is checking in and everything just to make sure. And he has a couple people of his like monk people, his fighters, kind of stationed here a little bit just to help out if need be and to travel to send message if need be. So he has his people spread out just so that everyone else is a little bit more safer, which we all appreciate. But
I let her know about uh the group that we saw in Athens, the people that seemed to be collecting the artifacts.
oh yes, the Yakuza it was.
Yes.
Artemis. She is such a great shot. She is such a strong, powerful woman, but sometimes she just doesn't care. And if anything happens to not Helmfirth, Snowmelt, it's all her fault. And if something happens, I will personally show her that her actions have consequences and lack of action has consequences because so irresponsible. She's almost as bad as Apollo. Oh my god. But I just wanted to see
Yeah,
you. What was that?
Sorry, that was just me mentally, just like almost as bad as I was just like, yeah, our twins aren't there.
But I heard I felt that you were nearby and I'm just wanted to see you one more time before you head out because I know you're busy trying to save the world and all. But I wanted to at least give you one more thing before you leave. So like she says, "Can I have your sickle real quick that I gifted you?"
I reach behind my back, take it off my belt, and hand it to her.
She takes it and just kind of prays on it a little bit, and you see the sickle kind of grow a little bit more and kind of like the vines and stuff around it grow and blossom. And she hands it back, but then she also says, "This is one thing, but I also just have something else." And then she kind of like pushes your hair behind your ear, and then you see a little flower blossom and bloom, or like a
Aw.
bud, not blossom or bloom. It's kind of like a bud. She says, If this gift might take a bit, but when you're ready, you'll know when this for this
Oh.
gift.
Okay.
A secret tool used for later.
Yeah.
You said the sickle grows, and I'm just imagining like hands you a sickle, gets handed back a fucking reaper scythe. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you said it grows?
The
Like,
Rona
it goes
is going
not
to be
not
now.
to like ginormous, like just like if it was like this big, it goes like a little bit bigger. So
Oh, okay.
it just goes a little bit in size. I will get you stuff for that later. I just kind of the sickle thing is just for other flavor text, but you will know.
The Rona is our
Okay.
spinel.
But let's see. Let me quickly check my notes real quick.
I need to ask out of curiosity for like the people who are on like the Google Docs notes. Who the fuck is named Yard Rats?
I'm pretty sure
Oh,
it's
sorry,
Jason.
that's me.
Okay.
It's a running joke.
Who's like observing the names and it's just like, ah yes, Dustin, Morgan, Peter, Yard Rats.
I somehow converted my school Gmail account or my Google account through my school email to a Gmail account, and just everything is the same except the name has changed. So
Interesting.
Intriguing.
yeah.
Also, I just want to make a note that everyone gets 115 gold.
What?
What?
I got the 700 gold last time, but I never distributed it, like gave it out yet.
Oh,
So
115. You
everyone gets 115, and Connor took an extra 10. Because I didn't
Of
want to
course.
divide 700 by 6.
you said 115.
Yeah, 115. Everyone gets 115 gold.
Sweet.
And Connor gets 125 because I'm lazy. And he
Fair
found it.
Mhm.
Just making it known to everyone. I'm putting it in the notes as well.
Thank you.
Cool.
I'm gonna put it like in the notes of that session.
The gold that you found. The one that I saw you get. Nice. I'm so proud of you. I'm glad you actually distributed it.
You're gonna love my note that I'm putting down.
Oh no.
Alright. Do.
I'll put it in both places.
Okay. Alright. Alright. So, Demeter says, if there's nothing else, you need from me, I'm just going to here and just conserve my strength as much as possible. But just remember, believe in yourself. You are a lot stronger than you think you are, and every day just grow. Just learn and grow. Just like nature, just like the flowers and trees.
All right.
Okay.
Give
And
her
then
another hug before she goes in the flower.
yeah, ugh. You always give the best hugs, Therona. And Carl's just like, hey, you said mine were the best, and she's just like,
I'm gonna get my actual key. I'll be right back.
I just laugh.
Well,
and then
somebody is the favorite child.
Maybe a little bit.
Where's your flower, Caro?
Yes.
Oh boy.
And as Demeter kind of steps back into her rosebud, she kind of lifts her arms and some vines and stuff just kind of like grab you and start lifting you up and just basically takes you like the fast way out of the tree, and you just kind of like get lifted, absorbed through the bark, and just kind of right outside where you
Straight
entered
osmosis.
from. Yeah, basically.
I want to imagine
Cool.
that Connor is still falling while this is happening.
Do I see?
Yeah, you just see
either of
Chad
them?
just like about
I mean,
almost
Chad.
like he's like about like 25 feet from the ground, slow falling, just like
I'm just gonna like look at Chad falling and be like, "What the hell are they doing?"
Dude, I'm living my best
Connor's
life.
just on top talking with Warren, like
You wish-
to
Yeah.
identify things, you know.
From where Chad is slowly falling, I'll look up to see like where the other two are.
Where's
Hey,
Warren
Warren's
been
just
this
kind
entire
of
time?
sitting out on a tree branch, like cross-legged, just looking at the view.
You just see a giant hamster ball, the ball behind him with Slade inside, you assume, because you see everybody else.
Where is Mara?
Ay, ay,
Is
ay.
Mara just watching this too?
She's probably with you guys, yeah. They're probably with you. Just laughing as Chad falls.
We're all just having fun over Chad. Just fall.
Out of curiosity.
I'm sorry, Peter.
Is Egan able to wear the slap bracelet?
No.
Oh my god. You can wear it as like a little necklace. Oh
No, it'd just be a belt.
my god.
I think
Two
it's too
people-
big to be a necklace.
Hubble put it on him. He flies over somewhere. They get out. Taxi service.
Wow.
Oh my god, we could charge for it. Use the bubble.
My God, you're right.
But as he's flying with it, just inside the bubble, like elevator music, it's the reading rainbow.
Reading rainbow. This is why we can't
Oh,
put it
wow,
on YouTube
okay.
because like,
I like this.
We
We're
would
gonna
copyright
take a
strike.
picture of this. A secret tool we'll add.
oh
Oh
no.
boy.
We gave
No,
you too
don't
much
worry.
time
It's
to
a good. It's a good thing. It's a good
Whoops.
thing.
Is it for?
That's what every DM says.
It's for you, yes,
I was gonna say, is
but
it my
like,
secret tool?
yeah, it's your secret mask tool. But one thing you won't be able to use just yet, but
It's
But I will-
gone.
Apparently, no. Eventually.
Eventually.
yes,
When you're
Alright.
ready. Today is not that day.
Okay.
We're all
Yeah.
freaking out over Chad.
But
falling.
I can let you. So basically, the sickle's now a +2 sickle
Ooh.
Yeah.
because it's still a D4 damage, so it's still not a lot. But
Yeah.
and then also you have Oh, that's really cool. But you also get this ability called Color of Plants. When you are attuned to the sickle and receive a +3 bonus on attack rolls on weapons and spell attacks you make against plant creatures.
Is this like a sickle that I could find on D&D Beyond?
No, I kind of Googled D&D magical nature sickle and it popped up and I was like, I like this. This is cool. And so
Morgan, if you
Yeah.
want, you can just make it as a magic item.
Yeah.
I know.
It'll make
I
your life
was.
easy.
but there's also you sense that there's still more to it, but you're not quite sure. It might need to eventually evolve. It might evolve into something else, but
Ooh.
I have a photo of it, so
Cool.
Cool.
okay. So everyone, you kind of, as you're all doing your shenanigans, you kind of just see, Karo and Throna just kind of like Homer Simpson instead of into the bush, out of the tree, just kind of like right out of the tree, where they entered from. If y'all want to do anything else,
I have a question.
Connor, you have a question? I didn't hear you, but I
Oh,
saw your
sorry.
lips move.
Read the lips.
Sorry.
I read the lips.
With
I'm
Featherfall,
observant.
it says up to 5 people. Can I theoretically like fast travel and like jump down and cast it, not like continue to cast on myself before I hit the ground? Is that a thing I
Wait.
can do?
I think it's you choose the 5 people.
Is it when it
I
happens?
think they have to be falling when you cast them.
Okay, never mind.
Just read what Featherfall does, but it's like I'm pretty sure you have to be falling or whatnot, and then it has to, so you'd be like everyone jump, and they also have to be in like
Everyone
close
jump.
to you. They also have to be
Choose up to
close to
5.
you.
Yeah, choose up to 5 falling creatures within range. A falling creature's rate of descent slows at 60 feet per round until the spell ends. So yeah,
For the
that's fine.
flair, we made it a lot
So, yeah, they
slower
gotta be
just
falling.
for fun.
Just for fun. If the creature
Because
lands before the spell
Caleb
ends, it takes
has
no
this
falling
spell
damage.
in campaign 2 that I'm watching, and so
Ew.
they go over
Haven't
rules,
gotten
and that's
there.
literally how I learn what spells do. And the different,
Honestly,
like, uses of them.
this is half the things I know how.
I
things
can
work
watch
is
2
from-
episodes per day at work because I just have it playing as I'm doing stuff. It's fucking amazing.
I can't wait to be sitting and like plotting stuff as I'm sitting as a DA for our
You guys can
stuff.
watch things at work? That's cool.
Well, I have to sit there
What
and
a
watch
mood.
people walk in the building.
Yeah. Yeah, as a DA, you can literally be working on whatever as long as you check people in.
Can I just sit with you at the desk even though I'm not a DA?
I think so. I think there are people
Not
who just sit there.
behind
so if
the
you wanted
desk.
to, you could.
There's like that side table
I can
usually.
ask. Yeah, you can sit like in a little side table and just chill there.
Mm.
I don't think they'll be like annoyed at all.
What if
I
I
can
like
ask.
seduce the person and be like, hey, I just want to sit back here with him. I won't do anything, but
Roll
like
to
I just want to
seduce.
sit next to my homie.
Aren't you
Roll to
graduated though?
seduce.
No, I'm gonna be a super
Dustin's
duper
here forever.
trooper senior because I have to be an adult and I can only take one class a semester, and I still have like 8 classes I still need to take.
You sound
Oof.
Yeah, adulting
Yeah.
sucks, but it's fine.
dude.
Anyways, back to the story.
Anyway,
we're bad at this. We are bad
So-
at this.
Egan will
You're back.
immediately go and land on Therona as she emerges.
Okay,
Crisis averted.
crisis averted indeed.
It's fine.
I have a question about the feather falling.
Yes.
Okay, so it slows you down as you're falling, obviously, but like if you cast it on someone, so I'm falling right now, right? And what if you like push me upwards? Does it slowly lift me in the air, or does it only work one direction?
It works one direction. So basically, if you're falling, it's just gonna slow your fall.
Okay.
But it's
No, I
not
just-
gonna like you can't just like you can try to gust yourself up or cast spells to kind of like push yourself up, but it won't be really that effective. So
It's like a feather.
You're
Like,
still
you act
gonna
as a
fall.
feather, kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, we can push you up because you're like, I guess, lighter.
Yeah, I was just generally curious about it. Okay. Sorry.
Be creative. Do you have a spell you can use to like gust yourself away?
No, I was just wondering about it.
Gust cantrip plus feather fall equals slowly floating.
Just keep pushing yourself up.
Balloon man build.
okay.
We have to use that at some point. I'm gonna take a
Um,
singular level.
Okay. Does anybody else want to do anything before y'all use the sleeps?
Warren's gonna take the fast way down.
Okay.
Are we all
he's
just
gonna
jumping
be-
off?
He's literally, well, actually, Connor, he kind of like looks at you, and just kind of makes a motion of, you want to come with me?
Yeah, sure.
He looks at you and just says, "Do you trust me?"
Ooh.
He's gonna take a long pause and think and be like, "Sure."
He motions for you to come and sit on like the outward branch he's on,
Cool. He'll walk over. I'm
and then
walking
he's
over.
going to put out his like gloved right arm and kind of offer you his hand.
Connor's gonna take it because he's been curious.
You noticeably feel it's hidden by the glove, so you don't know it's skeletal, but it's something strikes you that it's a little bit thinner than a normal hand would, and it doesn't have the body heat you're expecting. And right as this thought crosses your mind, he grips your hand tighter and rolls backwards.
I'm casting feather fall.
You
right
guys-
now. Well, I'm gonna let us
He-
like drop a second.
No,
and then...
just
yeah,
you said you would trust him, right?
yeah.
So are you gonna fall or not?
As you're
yeah.
falling, if you're gonna fall with him and just see what he does, you're gonna fall and fall. You're gonna fall real fast, about 2/3 of the way, and then all of a sudden, you're on the ground.
Ew.
And to everybody else, suddenly there's just this large boom of thunder,
Oh my god, he's
Do you
fucking
just
dead.
thunder
and you just
stab?
see, and you just see them disappear. And right as you're going, "What was that? What was that?" They just quietly appear behind you.
Warren, can
What?
you roll damage for me, please?
Did you just use Thunder Step?
Yes.
I take damage from that. I'm pretty sure.
No, you don't.
No, not you. No, but
Oh, I
you're
want to
still
route. Oh,
You're gonna roll damage.
Does Chad
What
take
is
damage
Thunder
from?
Snap? What just happened?
So, okay, the only reason why I know this is because of what I did to
17.
you and Oceana.
17. So as you do that, you kind of teleport, and you just kind of see a couple branches and limbs start falling down right above you, and make a dexterity saving throw, both of you.
Well, he did. It wasn't straight down. It was like down and back.
But your location, though, where you did it, you were in the branches and stuff / falling, so there's the tree's still nearby within the range of it.
True.
So you damaged the tree a little bit.
What just happened?
Can you both roll a dexterity saving throw real quick?
Wait, me?
Yeah, both of you.
Oh God. I mean, it's Dex, so I'm not that scared. But
17.
17.
I rolled a 17. Like just
Okay.
that 17. So I think I'm
Where's
good.
Where's my other...
Plus 8. What is
Where-
that?
14 plus 3,
Oh, there we go.
boys.
So y'all just take
5.
2 bludgeoning damage. Just a couple debris and branches kind of like hit you on your way down and all that stuff from slightly destroying the tree
You
and
said
damaging
you
it a
said
little bit.
damage?
Do I
then-
see them do this?
Yes, you do. And literally everybody just kind of stops and just stares at you for a second.
Connor's
and they're
also
just like,
stunned what just happened. He's like,
you get a sense of like, you're fucking with another goddess's like special artifact type dealio with like Artemis and her giant elk type thing, and you're just like, and as everyone sees Therona, you see this happen. Do you do anything?
I first am standing there with my arms crossed over my chest with a very disappointed look, and my eyes are closed.
As he notices people like looking at him and like what actually happened, he's gonna kind of like try to hide in himself and like just scratch the back of his head, kind of turning away like, oh crap.
Basically, Corona looks like a very disappointed mom right now.
can Connor do something to like reconcile this?
Yeah, go ahead. What do you do?
You know, you know what? I'm gonna ask first and see if this is just a stupid idea. Can Connor like fog cloud and just drag Warren to like a side street or something so we just get out of dodge?
I think that will make it worse.
That would make it
Oh, you're gonna
worse.
make this
Okay, so I'm
situation
not
worse.
gonna do that. Connor's gonna be like, so next time, we just feather fall,
Maybe we just walk next.
or we just feather fall.
And then everybody kind of sees Therona kind of scolding you, and they kind of go back, but they're just like, "Oh, stupid fucking tourists."
I hope you didn't think that of me.
No, not you. They see you like yelling at them, like,
Oh.
but they kind of go
Chastising us.
back to their things because they're like,
Okay.
okay, they didn't do it intentionally, but like, and you're dealing with it, but like, they're just like, stupid fucking tourists.
Is Chad still falling?
Marge just
no.
there, like,
By
why?
now, no. Chad would be on the ground by now.
Okay, so Chad fell on his butt is what I'm hearing.
I
Not gonna lie, I totally checked my spell list to see if I had anything that I could possibly use as like a way of just being like, the fuck did you do?
Therona cast, what the fuck did you do? Roll a wisdom saving throw.
I
No,
can't
literally-
beat that DC. Even
There's
with a nat
13.
20, I can't beat that
Yeah,
DC.
no, you can't. Literally, you can't beat this DC.
Connor is unconscious. Connor used play dead.
You guys
Connor used beg.
y'all get disadvantage on skill checks when Therona's around, just because of sheer disappointment for the rest of the day.
Damn. Good thing we're going to bed.
Oh, I love this.
I have to point out that it wasn't my idea this time. I was not involved. Just saying.
I know, it was
That's
Warren
wild.
this
We're guilty
time.
by association.
So
I was gently
Chad,
floating
stop hanging out with
Wow.
Warren. You're rubbing off on him.
bruh.
so
Bad influence.
super quick.
I'm here just trying to float, okay? That's all I'm trying to do chill here.
When at but after getting chastised by Therona, and I guess like Connor and Warren walk away. Connor is gonna pull Warren aside, like, "Do you trust me?"
Uh-oh.
Thank God.
He
Please.
just gives you a curious look and just nods, not
Cool.
saying anything.
That's it. That's all I wanted.
Interesting.
Right, sir. Okay.
So now, Therona and Connor are the only two that kind of know something's up with his arm.
That's true.
Neither one fully knows what's going on or has seen it ungloved, but there's something.
Does Warren have any idea what's going on with Connor? Out of curiosity, any?
I don't
He
think
knows there's
so.
I think there's like he knows something is different about him, but you're not quite sure exactly what it is.
Aren't I the only one who knows somewhat of something about
You
Connor?
and Chad know.
think that I know-
You and Chad
was
know.
Chad.
Mara wasn't
Yeah.
here. Slade wasn't here, and Warren was not around yet.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, because I
Warren
don't.
was not birthed from his grave yet. Yeah.
I don't think in the two major fights that we've had with Warren here that you used that.
Connor has purposely not used it because he doesn't want to reveal it.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, that's part of the reason I was talking to Ash about this. I'm
My
like, I
character
wanna
that
use
did
it,
see it is
but
dead.
also
and now missing.
I'm sure when you smell Caro, they'll figure something out, though. Is that?
what? Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, they
Say
might
that
just
again?
think I'm like an arcane trickster or something.
Give me a second. I'm typing things.
Oh God,
Oh,
Dustin is
excuse me,
plotting
sorry.
mid session. No, bad
No,
idea.
I already did that. This is something else.
That's not.
Oh God. Hello.
Dang, you don't have more secret tools you could use for later against all of us
Here.
yet. Oh,
No, it's nothing serious. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it,
Chad
Peter.
has
It's fine.
died. I'm scared.
Dustin's
No.
hiding himself.
Oh, sorry. Hello, I'm
That's why
back.
that's why I made that face. I'm like, oh, death approaches.
Okay. Does anyone want to do anything else before going to nights?
Bitcoin.
Oh, I don't think so. Hopefully, I don't have another dream.
No. Don't worry. You're not gonna have a dream.
Warren is going to kind of find a corner to himself, and after pondering the gold tooth for a while, he's going to choose like one of his upper back right teeth and try to replace it.
Give me 1 second. Give me high or low. Just pick high or low.
Oh
High?
no.
Okay, I was gonna say like, if you had any baby teeth, you could rip out still because you're still kind of young, but you unfortunately have all your adult teeth in, so
yeah,
you have to like.
by 17 you usually have.
There are some people, it's rare, but
True.
That's very true.
that's why high or low, and that was not it. So you have to like
Well,
take like 1 hit point of damage, and you kind of
kind of
like.
like uses a dagger and kind of like finagles out the root, and then like kind of uses the hilt
Yeah.
to like tap in the gold tooth. And
Oh, it's a good thing you're about to go to bed, and also using something that will literally fix it.
yeah, really.
And then all of a sudden, like, so after you get it there, you just kind of like breathe and you just like kind of look. Yeah, you're like, how that fucking hurt a little bit, and you just kind of see like all your teeth kind of like seem to like straighten a little bit more. They kind of have a nice white shine to them, not like overly like where it's like kind of
Yeah.
like terrifying, like, but
It's not like unnatural, but it's definitely like you see the glance of like any kind of smile, and it's just like, hey, that guy's got nice teeth.
You don't have the pretty boy,
exactly.
like smile and like sparkle.
Ding. And once per day, you can do the magical effect of ding, where you can make your teeth shine 1 second by doing that.
Just once per day?
You
Is
could-
that
Not
is
like-
that like
You're-
a
wait.
bonus to
Not
a,
every hour.
a persuasion or a deception check by using the ding?
I will say you can add you can make it use it like once per day, where you can increase your persuasion, any charisma check really, so like persuasion, deception, or performance.
Just like giving a good old smile.
Can I just say, I just
why
had the
not?
image. I just had the image of cars with ka-chow.
Ciao.
Kachega,
Oh my God.
Kachega. Warren is cars. Warren is lightly more.
What kind of increase was that again? Did you say?
It just you get advantage on one charisma
Okay.
check, so like persuasion, deception, or performance once per day.
Not bad.
Why
The
not?
value
Because I
of
think
that
that's
tooth.
funny.
The value of that tooth just went up like drastically.
It did. Honestly,
It's funny.
It's funny. Who cares?
It might get used a few times just for laughs.
Just
but-
skeletal hand with.
but
like,
also you're like right on the guillotine. You're like, any last words? And you're just like, I didn't do it. Ting. Okay, you're good. Get up, buddy.
I believe ya.
Ah, is that
you
tooth
know,
shine?
put couple
Last
what
ditch
I
effort,
like,
man.
that I
Criminal.
There's no way a criminal will have that.
There's
good
no
teeth.
way.
Yeah,
a criminal
no
has that
way.
good teeth. No.
Seize the gold tooth.
So as everybody kind of rests for the night,
Oh wait, is there any shops around?
what are you looking for?
Just general store to sell stuff to.
Yeah, they have one. As you kind of like look around, it doesn't seem like there's too many businesses, but there is a place where you can get like general goods and stuff. There seems to be like one place to buy stuff, but so you go in and what are you looking for?
I was gonna see if I can barter to sell the night goggles.
Night goggles. So you come in and you just see like an old man, just like, hello, what can I do for you?
I would love to sell you these fabulous goggles of night.
Do you want a bear skin for it?
I was thinking gold.
Well, I got some acorns, if you want that. I got like 20 acorns. That's probably about those goggles. Those are some nice goggles.
Damn.
Peter, you forget we don't use currency here.
Yes, thank you for the reminder.
Well, to all fairness, he didn't know that.
Oh, I can get you these regular goggles, and they just like they're like really crappily made, like just like a little pieces of glass with like some leather tied around. Just like I can give you these goggles for those goggles.
Oh no.
What an exchange.
I slowly
Oh, no.
back out and thank you for service, but no.
Also, can you tell your little light finger friend to not try to steal my wife's acorns? Thank you very much.
I will pass him the message. I will
Okay.
pass him the
I tried to
message.
get them back.
Okay.
You stole woman's nut.
I tried to get them back.
Yeah, if he tries to steal my wife's acorns again, we're gonna have a real problem.
You know what, sir? I'll help you with that. I'll put them up with you.
What?
Okay. Good. Oh, get out of my store. It's time for me to go to bed. I'm tired.
Chad's getting revenge.
And so he kind of like kicks you out, and then like the doorway is just a cloth, and he just like closes. Just. Don't worry, Susie. I told that guy off, or told that guy's husband to tell his husband off that for you. He's not gonna be touching your acorns anymore, sweetie.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
I'm gonna go up to Connor and remind him to stop stealing people's nuts.
Warren just kind of gives you the strangest look. What?
And
At this point, I'm assuming that
Verona-
Connor has not given the gold out yet, and it's just sitting there like, why?
Therona being the one who understands because I lived here and had to deal with using acorns and stuff as currency, is just like, you tried stealing, didn't you?
Connor's gonna walk away. Connor's gonna hand the bag of like gold to Therona and be like, no comment, and walks to bed.
Connor, you gotta stop touching people's nuts.
Honestly, it's a problem. You gotta stop dropping people's nuts too, like for a personal space. Okay.
Connor is going to chuck a dagger at Chad. Just at his feet. Be like, that's a warning. And just go and pick it up and walk away.
Who? What?
He's gonna take one of his daggers, chuck it like at between Chad's feet, and be like, "That's a warning," and just pick it up and just walk away.
Glad he just might not.
Would you rather go in a different place? Or just keeps walking.
And as you throw the dagger down and kind of storm off, or pick up and storm off, you kind of, both you and Chad and Connor, feel like your ring fingers kind of go numb just a little bit. And like, and you look at it and you're like, that's weird. And like, everything looks fine. Nothing's
God.
different. But you just kind of like, for a split second, just kind of felt like a weird numbing sensation, or just something like was weird happening, but you're not quite sure.
Dude, the rings decapitate our fingers if we
Oh
argue.
my God. Have a lover's quarrel and then suddenly you're just like, oh no.
Fighting makes you stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Oh,
Dad, you're fighting.
Stop pissing off the rings.
Okay. And then as you go to sleep, everyone sleeps fine. Therona, you sleep even better than you normally do. Like, just being at home, being near the tree, and just feeling so at ease. Even with, like, the little boil / growth that's on there. That has you worried, but you feel fine. But, give me a second. Like, I can't multitask very well.
We love you, Dustin.
Okay. Oh, wait, turn back on. Wait, there I am. Hello. And then everybody else, Warren, you just kind of just stare into the abyss when you go to rest, and everyone has a nice soundful sleep. But Chad, you go to sleep, and then you like seem to open your eyes, and you're back on the battlefield again. You're surrounded by bodies of like your comrades. And can you make a perception check for me?
Yeah, one sec.
A 2. Okay. You don't seem to see anything else, but you just are surrounded by bodies, and you're terrified of being back on the battlefield again. You see all your comrades by your feet, not being able to protect them and heal them and keep them safe like you promised Hades and Persephone that you would do. And then you look up and you see a towering figure holding a giant scythe. And you see 7 people around him. And you kind of recognize these people. You're not quite sure how, but like they're all staring at you, and they start slowly taking a step for you, and they're like, and you hear them all say, "Chad, come home. We miss you, Chad.
Oh, that's
We
not weird at
love
all.
you." All the 7 voices, and then you just see the ginormous figure with the scythe kind of start swing down towards you, and then you wake up from your dream.
That's creepy.
Well, shit.
Yes. Okay. Okay. But yeah. But other than that, everybody else's nights go by nicely. Connor, you kind of are with like you and Chad's connection kind of like jolt awake too, because you've just sensed something's off, and you kind of see like you just kind of open your eyes and you just kind of hear and see Chad a little bit like panting a little bit and like just like having like a cold sweat from his dream. But it's up to you if you want to do anything. But you kind of just notice that. But
if Connor's already awake,
No, you kind of wake up with him in
Okay,
a sense.
so
Like,
Connor will just be like, what happened? Are you good? Like, kind of still like drowsy and everything. Like at Chad.
Shh, you're back to bed. Shh.
No, something's wrong. What? I feel like I might be able to sleep until you tell me at this point.
I just had a fabulous dream about our kids. Nothing to worry about.
roll a deception check.
Dude, what do I roll
Warren
against that?
believe him?
Insight?
I will say this is more personal. I don't think you're nearby with them with this. I just
10.
10.
and Connor, roll a insight check.
Can I just use my passive insight, which is 12? Out of curiosity?
Sure, why not? So you already kind of know like something's up with Chad, and he's not telling the truth about what his dream was about.
Connor's just gonna blankly stare at you until you tell him.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Not yet.
Does that have something to do with the note?
I don't know yet. Once I figure it out, you'll be the first one to know.
What does I don't know yet mean?
It means I don't know yet.
What was your... What? I guess it's a dream. What was your dream about?
Can't really remember exactly.
Okay. Is this
Because he's
I
lying
was-
to his husband, does that mean their fingers are gonna go numb again?
Fucking Pinocchio bullshit.
Oh my
I
god.
I won't say necessarily no, not that, but like I'm just saying Connor's also trying to reach out and be like, "Hey, you okay?" Which is a good thing to do.
For once.
True. Okay. Fair point.
I'm like, okay, he's. But anything else you two say before going back to sleep?
Connor's gonna reluctantly be like, I guess if you need me, let me know, and just plop back on his pillow.
Flop.
Slowly getting closer. After Connor literally pushing him off a bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Safely.
You know,
It
it was
was
safely.
safe.
It was out of love and a joke. It's fine.
Right. I guess you can say I was falling for you.
Does that mean it's a slow burn? Does that mean it's a slow burn? Slowly?
You know, this would like help the love story happen. You know, like it's a very slow falling.
Happens slowly, then all at once.
You know,
Wait,
he
wait,
does drop him.
wait. That's funny. That's funny. Because you were gonna make him fall at 5 feet.
I was, and then all at once this is gonna happen. I'm glad
Yeah,
you picked up on
foreshadowing.
this too.
Now.
Apparently,
Now
the
he's
foreshadowing's
like,
that
there.
don't exist. Foreshadowing.
Now it has to happen exactly like that.
Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing.
Peter, I really wanted to make like a Titanic joke. Is it Jack and Rose?
Yep.
Right? Something. I don't know. It was there. The idea was there.
Oh my god.
Love it.
Okay.
Anywho.
So if anybody doesn't want to do anything else, / like y'all wake up and you have a nice array of like fruits and vegetables and a couple little meats here, freshly caught like boar and rabbit and stuff, just kind of for breakfast. I can't think of words, as a gift from the people there, even though some of it's kind of burnt or not cooked as nicely because you did kind of fuck up their tree a little bit, but like you still have a decent array of food. And Caro kind of just like make sure everyone's awake and it's like, so is there anything else you need from us before you head north to Snowmelt and also possibly deal with our issue here? We did put out a request to Hermes right after just right as you got here, or right before you got here, just to see if like he could send some adventurers to help us. But if you already got it, then we can kind of let him know that somebody accepted this mission.
Yeah, we can take a look at this. It looks like it's going in the direction we're going, so I mean we can go see where it could be leading to.
Mm-hmm.
Connor's
Okay.
one going to be like, sorry for yesterday. And two, is the whole like place crowded right now? Like, are we just kind of like with?
No, you're kind of just like in a building up in a tree that's just like you all in like one room, or you're on the ground. You're not surrounded by people because like they're mostly up in the trees and doing stuff. There's like a huge network, a connection of bridges and stuff, and some buildings and stuff on the ground. But typically predators are on the ground, so they tend to stick up on the trees. But some things it's easier to have down.
Okay.
But
How much do we know about the relics and stuff, like the godly relics and stuff? Out of curiosity.
roll
remember.
a history check.
Oh God.
Anybody
what-
can make a history check if they want.
I was gonna say, can I make a history check to
Yeah,
know
of
if I
course.
know what?
That one fell out of my thing. We're not using that dice again. Okay.
11.
11.
What's my history?
4.
At least it wasn't that one.
17.
17. Okay. So the relics are typically like very powerful weapons or items that each god and goddess has. For instance, like the rings from Hera, the shield from Athena, and sometimes the gods and goddesses use them themselves to make sure they keep themselves powerful, or sometimes the gods or goddesses bequeath them to a champion of theirs, and they seem to, as they're used and the champions grow stronger, so does the artifacts. They seem to grow stronger, but only unless certain requirements are met.
Ooh. Intriguing.
So, yeah, that's basically, and like from like what happened that caused all this, it was somebody stole Hades's artifact, which caused a ginormous war right before the new era began of the mortal gods, the mortal era, I'll say.
Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Because then Connor's at least going to be like, we don't know exactly what whoever is doing this is after. How protected is Demeter's artifact? Because they were definitely after Hera's rings at one point.
Are you
Yes,
talking to
No, like
Karo,
he's asking like Caro, I guess.
You don't have to worry about that. That's only between me, Demeter, and Therona. Therona knows that it's completely safe.
Mhm.
Cool.
No, only actually, really, only us three in the entire city/village know where it is and what it is and all that stuff, and you don't have to worry.
Am I getting like a really sketchy vibe off of Caro?
Roll an insight check.
Trust the boy.
Inciting. How sketch is the earth man?
It was almost a natural 20. So close.
Damn.
17 total, 14 plus 3.
Okay, I'm messaging you separately.
Ooh, whispers.
Yo, whisper, whisper, whisper.
Whisper.
So D&D
This
Beyond,
episode is
guys.
brought to you by. Can I be honest? This episode brought to you by Pure Life. Pure Leaf.
Not sponsored.
Not actually
by the
sponsored. This
Pottery
episode
Painting
brought to you by
Place.
Millersville University.
The
Oh my God.
painting place in Park City.
Ew.
Found a lovely mug that had this little like outline on it.
Just
so I
sent
made
you a message,
sunglasses.
Jason.
cast character.
And also brought to you and bought by Taco Bell.
Now I definitely can't post
Live
that.
outside the bun.
Not actually sponsored, but like
Not actually.
Not
but
actually
like-
sponsored. Nothing
I
is
also
sponsored. This is
wearing
us being funny.
a Taco Bell shirt as well.
Taco
Free
Bell
product
Brought to you
doesn't
by
sound
Mom,
like
You mean-
who made my
you
D&D
mean
bag. We love you,
Baco
Ed.
Tel,
Thank
so we
you.
don't get
Baco Tel.
copyrights back?
Yeah, there you go. Baco Tel.
And
Thank
I-
you.
This video is sponsored by Bagotel.
If he knows anything about our rings.
I don't know. I just know rings typically symbolize like a bond and connection. But like I don't really know anything about other gods and goddesses artifacts. I just know everyone has all of them have one. And yeah, I don't sorry.
Okay.
Just kind of look to the god or goddess of it, and you'll kind of get some hints for it. But
What if they're dead?
Don't tell him.
you know,
I think they know.
I already know.
They already
Chad.
know.
Hermes already told us all. But no, like, what was Hera? What is she the goddess of?
Unity. Oh, great.
Love and marriage and unity. What was Athena? What was she the goddess of?
Wisdom and war.
Wisdom and war and,
Yeah.
and battle strategy. So take that as you will.
Oh boy.
You all seem like, well, some of you seem like a bunch of smart people, not all of you. He kind of looks at like Throne and just like, you're the smart one of the group, aren't you? Kind of like,
I'm the cunning
Damn.
one. I'm
I'm
not
hurt.
smart, I'm cunning. Different type of smarts.
Does he actually say that to me?
no, he kind of gives you a look and implies that like you guys know each other very well. You know how to communicate with just a look with each other. Like that's how close you and him were.
Yes.
Chad's just gonna look at their look like between each other, be like, and like mentally go into Chad, and be like, they're talking about you.
Damn.
At least I don't touch people's nuts.
What?
At least I don't touch other people's nuts.
Connor is just going to stare intently of not wanting to strangle, just like, and like growl a little bit, like under his like breath, and be like, not enough to be like verbally out, but
This is Morgan. This is Morgan,
Kinky.
not Therona. I almost kind of want to look over at Connor and go, "Why do you look so constipated?"
no, he
Well,
just pure
your
rage.
perception, I'm pretty sure, would be high enough, and you would notice him like.
Oh no, he's
trying to be
definitely
like-
just pure rage, just trying to contain pure rage right now.
But again, is there anything else I can help y'all with before you head out?
Warren is like zoned out, just kind of looking through Egan's eyes, just doing loops and laps and
And you just see a bunch of people, just like kids running around with sticks and people harvesting fruits and grains and all this stuff here and there. Nothing seems off, but with that, so everything seems fine, except for the growth just seems there and just pulsing a little bit here and there, just like it's normally been doing, but
before we leave, can I go about 20 feet away from it and cast Mage Hand?
yeah.
Why?
And what would you like to do?
I just want to reach out and like press on it.
And
See
as you
how it
press on it,
reacts.
a little poisonous gas like shoots out from it and kind of like melts your astral hand.
Interesting.
Exciting.
Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Anybody else? Are we good? Funky,
I think we're
fresh.
good.
Yeah,
Okay.
we goose.
So as you're following the path, can I get either one person with advantage or two people roll a survival check?
I shall do the survival check.
I will assist.
No, it's already advantage.
Yeah, well, that's gonna be like the one assisting.
Oh,
Warren's
yeah.
assisting.
I'm using Egan to help scout out. That's how I'm assisting.
Okay. So then it's
Also, I gotta.
I rolled a 15. My survival is +6,
Damn.
so that is 21.
21. Give me one
Yes.
second. I
So
just
many
want to see
21s
something
this
real
round.
quick.
Everyone's rolling at least 121.
That's why I said I would roll, because I know I have a very high survival.
I have a 5.
That's not too bad.
I don't even know what is. What
Okay,
is,
cool,
oh,
cool, cool.
it's
Okay.
Wisdom? Yeah, it's wisdom.
But as you're traveling, because you're just trying to follow the path of the little decay things, because it is definitely like there seems to be a connection, like a route, basically, kind of like a trail of poison and all that stuff. But sometimes it goes sporadic. It kind of seems like it goes with like the canopy of the tree, and again, the canopy of the tree is like even farther and wider of the entire thing. Like it seems like the roots of this tree take up almost the entire forest, as Therona
Okay.
would know. So it seems like you're just trying to follow this, and sometimes you're like the brush and some things get in the way. And it's kind of hard to see, but you're able to track it and follow it with no problem. And you see in the distance, you see a small wooden shack that's disheveled. Like it's rickety, old looking. You don't know how it's standing, but it seems to be barely standing up. But yeah,
But
you see that
is the poison stuff like going towards it?
it seems for the most part, yes, it's there, but at least it's going through it, or maybe it might stop out there. You're not quite sure. But you
I
at least
investigate.
okay. So you walk up to the shack, and
Carefully.
it's like roll a stealth check.
All right.
Europe shit.
14.
14. Okay, so you kind of quietly walk up and you look into the shack, and there's not much to it. It's just like about like 10, 15 feet wide, like in the entire center of it, like 10 feet by 10 feet. So it's not huge. But you see like some hay or something where somebody might have slept, and then you just see a giant cast iron cauldron
Oh.
on the one corner of it, and other than that, that's really it.
Can I make an investigation check?
Go ahead, roll investigate.
Oh. Witches of foot.
There are witches afoot.
Double,
Uh,
toil and trouble. I don't know if I said that right.
17.
17. So nothing seems to be up with the bed, but you kind of look into the cauldron, and you kind of see like this thick, gooey ooze that's kind of like the same color and consistency of like the poisonous boil that's on the tree, but like in the goo, because sometimes like it's hardened, but you seem to see like there's like 3 spherical indents in it, like as if something was like pulled out, but it has like an indentation of 3 like spherical type things.
Okay. 3 spherical. All right. And there's nothing else in the shack.
Nope, that's it.
If I go around behind the shack, does the trail continue?
Roll a survival check with advantage, because I'm pretty sure your allies would eventually come up and will help you.
True. Uh, 17 again.
17. Yeah, so you see that it continues down farther.
Okay.
So it's definitely not
Not from this hut.
not from this hut.
All right. Hmm.
And I'm guessing y'all proceed?
Warren's going to use Mage Hand again and poke what's in the cauldron to see if it reacts the same.
You poke it, and it kind of, in a sort of way, kind of does something. It's just a little tiny, like, rather than like a big thing because it's not really what you seem like connected to anything. It's just in the
Yeah.
cauldron, but it's just like it definitely is reminiscent of what the boil is on the tree. Like it definitely looks the same consistency, same color, and with that little gas poking out, you definitely know this has something to do with what's happening. But makes sense? Got it good?
Yeah. Yes.
Can I pull out one of my empty flasks and use Mage Hand to fill it?
Yeah. Roll a strength check. Just it's some thick goo / some dense gooey type stuff. Let's just see.
That is a natural 18.
18. So yeah, you're able to get a
Plus
vial.
1. Hey,
Yeah.
I have a positive strength. That's weird.
Nice.
Huh.
Hey.
Now,
So
my
yeah, you can
intelligence, on the other hand.
write down a vial of like black and purple poisonous goo.
With a question mark.
Good job.
So as you guys start traversing and following the path, can I have somebody roll a perception check or two people?
I want to do it.
I'll roll.
Okay, so Connor and Therona.
Ooh. My perception check is not very good.
Isn't it so good?
Uh,
22.
12.
22 and 12. Okay, so Connor, you're able to kind of pick this up a little bit, but like as you're continuing following it, you kind of notice like this tree over here has like a couple like limbs are like wilting or dying a little bit, just like very faint. Like you know you're heading the right place, but it seems like whatever's happening is not just affecting just the tree; it's also happening elsewhere. So like you also notice like a bush over here is kind of like decayed and dying over here a little bit. It's like very faint, that's small, but as you kind of start progressing forward, you start noticing it's happening more often to eventually where everyone, no matter what they see, is starting to like the forest is starting to decay and die more progressively. Like there's half the tree decayed and then you go like 60 more feet in and then you start noticing like 3/4 of the tree and eventually like it's just starting to be like a barren wasteland. And you can actually start seeing like the canopy / like some sunlight trickling through where normally it couldn't. And as you guys start to go, and there's kind of like almost like a clearing where everything is just ash and like gone and just an open clearing, and you see 3 little like I would say like blackened kind of like the roses, like the rose that you saw like Demeter come out of, but like black and dark and like gross. And as you guys approach, they start to like crack and like and start blossoming these like you see like a claw reach out and break off, and
I'm
all 3 of them
readying
start
spells.
coming out, and that's where we're ending tonight's session.
Fun.
Oh,
Lovely. Oh boy.
Rona, can you roll a nature or arcana check
I
for me, please?
can.
Whichever is
Let me
higher.
see- I was just gonna say, let me check which one's higher. Nature is higher. Oh, damn it, Dice! Why do you have to be mean to me now? 10.
And you are not quite sure what they are or like what is with them, but you just remember a name from like a childhood story that like Demeter used to tell to scare the kids to make sure they behaved. And the description of the children's story, you know the name of this creature, and it's called a Demosporgan. Not a Demogorgon, a Demosporgan.
Morgan. Beautiful. Love it.
Lovely.
And that's where we're ending tonight's session.
Oh boy.
Bow.
Oh boy.
Ah.
Good night.
Good night, Peter.
Night.
No,
Tisha, how are you doing over there? If Tisha's actually here, I don't even know.
Aw.
I also say I should say, but this definitely seems like this is where the Demosporgans are, is where like is probably the source of the poison and all that stuff.
Oh
Ew.
boy.
Got it.
So then whoever lived in that hut created this issue. It would
Most
seem.
likely.
Love
So let's find the fucker who lives in the hut.
I think we're about
Rise
to.
up and bring justice.
I have a feeling we're
Or
about to.
they use the hut as a temporary place to stay because it takes a while to do, and they just
True.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Double.
Because
toil
who
and
knows?
trouble.
Maybe those 3 indents were whatever the bulbs of the flowers were.
Maybe. We're gonna find out.
Yep.
I'm just gonna tell you
Yes.
yes. That's what it is. Yes.
Oh my God.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
I'm also terrified
Big brain.
of what's to come, considering what Dustin was asking me.
No, I was just
What?
curious because I don't have it written down. I want to add it to your background stuff. I just wanted to
Okay.
know for reasons and things.
Oh God.
For what?
Oh,
Who?
God. I'm not
Don't
gonna
worry
say
about it.
anything.
Don't worry about it.
I'm just scared. Also, I'm gonna end the recording. So everyone say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
See you next time on my big fat Greek D&D campaign.
Da, 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 da.
Ooh-wee mama.
Croissant.
Awesome.
Oh my god.
Anyway, I'm stopping the recording now.